So that's then locking the panels back into the steelwork for it.
So you're joining these to the concrete.
To the concrete.
And
the concrete's probably going to have to be propped up first of all. So the concrete's going to have big props coming off it.
Yeah, I would imagine the concrete would be already erected.
Yeah, the walls will be up already.
But they'll be propped up because there's nothing holding them up.
Oh yeah,
So
okay.
You've got
Right.
props holding them up.
Oh, I see.
And this is what holds them up once the props come down.
Right.
So that's why it's not just a shed. It's got to be designed in conjunction with what's happening with the panels. So that's why I've had a chat to the engineer, and he sort of said, okay, well, you're going to need to get cross bracing in. He was initially coming up with a big UV sort of design in 8 metre sections, and cross bracing because I said, no, I don't want to go that heavy. I want to go to a lighter, shed frame, and build it this way and cross brace it. He said, oh yeah, that'll work. So.
You don't mind if I video some of this?
No, it's
just
all right.
Just wanted to let you know the land.
So these have cross bracing?
Yeah. So what we do, we put on our drawing here that we would use rock bracing. But after doing this, we thought no, it would be better to use a flat strap bracing. Heavier than that, probably steel 3 mil, 5 mil, 50 to 5 or 50 to 3, whatever you use. And then you probably have a turn on for that stage. I think we'd weld on a bit of flat coming down there, with a hole in it, and run that down to the, in this case this one here.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have another bit of flat welded there, and then so cross brace between there and there, and have a couple of turnbuckle on each one. Okay. So that's sort of the full size as to how well that's going to work.
So as far as this bit joining the concrete, you have threads in the concrete or bolts, male bolts sticking out of the concrete?
Just threads in the concrete.
Okay. Yeah. And then how do you attach this to the concrete?
We have a cleat welded on there with in that angle. And
you'll just bolt it on.
So yeah.
So this is effectively just bolted to the concrete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it this that's bolted, or is it that? It's
the
that thing
angle,
that's bolted. Yeah.
The frame is all, and then the only connection between the two is the clips from the concrete onto that angle line.
So that hole in the concrete wall, is that like a metal thread?
Yeah.
It is, like it's embedded into the concrete.
Yeah.
Right, okay, and then you just drill holes in that and straight through.
Yeah, that's how these panels here. That's how these panels. You can't see the other side, but that's how they've begun. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Anything else specific to describe?
So we did that for your wire mesh so that the mesh would work okay. Most of the work's around the front though, on this sort of building as to door size against how it's going to work at the front here.
So just so I can picture it, where does the actual door end here?
So that's our roller door going in there.
Yep.
And it'll
That's the roller door opening.
And it'll come to about here, on the inside. Won't
Yes,
it?
on the inside it comes to
On the
there.
inside, okay.
So the door's in here and the roll's sitting up in here.
So what's your concern about security, Dave? The fact that they can wedge in behind here?
If it's very close, it's really easy to get a jimmy bar in there and pop the track out, and then the doors can be pushed in.
Yeah.
We were actually warned about this by another storage facility.
Right.
Making the doors wider.
Yep.
So that it was harder for them to get in there to wedge them out. Because if they're really close, it's really easy to get the leverage. But if they're in deeper, like 100 mil each way or something like that, or even more.
That would compromise the width of the door opening that we can have then, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, with the 4 metre centres, so each frame being 4 metre centres, which is what we've got. Yeah, that's how much room we've got, so you'd have to narrow your door opening down to increase, because you're just so tight on these.
And we're looking at boats,
inside.
caravans, sort of a unique sort of niche area for storage, that we need the extra width.
Yeah.
So those tracks can't be shifted across to the outside. right?
If you do shift them, you've still got to get that bracket somewhere. So that means your bracket's got to go in this space here.
Oh,
Get back
yeah,
inside. If you're looking at this and thinking, oh, we have to get you to... So we have to have a bit of flat welded here. And there it is, hard against you. So there's my sheet. So that's hard against the cladding. Yeah.
What about making the track thicker? It's only 50 mil of track.
No, is that an option?
There's-
Is it deeper
there's-
tracks?
There's there is other options. Well, deep. I'll show you two different things, but there's more options, and there's windlock doors as well. So windlocks can actually lock the doors into the tracks, but we do need more room. So this door here is a Series A door, so it's only 25 mil. That's a Series A, and that's a 3 metre high by 2.8 wide, I think this door is. So, and the only thing with this height is that you probably need something like this for your two customers too. Open and close it.
That's the height we're talking, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is the height of door you're actually talking of, and this is not as wide as you're talking.
Yeah.
This is a bit right, so you're going 3.6 wide. So this one here's a Series A door, and it's only got 25 mil tracks.
So what are the alternatives to that?
And the one over here is your Series AA door with the 50. It's got the deeper track.
Oh yeah. That's double A 50 mil
So
deep.
it's AA 50.
Yeah.
It's actually set back a little bit from the opening on this side. I'm not sure it's like this.
Which ones have you put in our spec?
Not my car. So this one's the AA. So this is the one that
You've spec'd up?
that we've spec'd up.
Okay, yeah. That's going to be quite hard to
pretty
pop
tough.
out. Yeah.
So when this is a 5 metre wide door, or 4.8 wide door, I think this one. So I'll just pull that down a bit.
So how wide is ours?
3.6 wide.
3.6. And this is 5, yeah?
5, yeah.
And what's our height? Our height's that height. So it's that high and 3/4 of that.
I mean, if you were going in and out yourself, you'd probably just hold
You would only
there.
put it up that high, exactly.
You might only put it up that high, but if someone wants it full height, they'll need something to put it down.
Yeah.
If they've got a caravan, then they put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they're certainly going to need some.
Yeah, okay.
So this one, we've just got the screws in the. That's a 125 by 75. That is column here, whereas that's just a 100 by 50. This is a 125. So I was wondering, that's why we've got that bit more room on this one. And that's only the 25 mil track, not the 50 mil track.
So is that, you haven't put the track on that one? It still
No.
fits within that design that you've done over there?
Yes,
It does,
yes,
yeah.
It is
okay.
very, you
It's
won't,
tight,
you won't
though.
have a gap. They'll be hard against each other, really.
That's not a problem,
But
no,
it
is
still
it?
works, yeah.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just been screwed up and it was put up years ago.
What sort of construction crew have you got?
We've got 3 crews
Yep.
that just put up anything,
Yep.
from factories to farm sheds. So
Yep.
we've had one just finished a barn at the moment, and he's
Yep.
a contract crew.
Yeah.
So we haven't got anything for them next week. So they're just going back to concreting and help other work. But then
Okay.
half the time we've got enough work just to keep 3 crews going all the time. But
Yep.
apart from that, we just have 2 crews going. So
And what's your
they'll-
process if you lose one of those crews off to some other job somewhere else and you're getting people new in? What do you normally look for?
We haven't lost any for a long time.
Yeah.
But what we try and do is we try and get one to come in with a new guy to come in with one of our crew.
Yeah.
We've had people call us from Lilydale way, sort of saying, they put up sheds for
Yeah.
this mob and that mob, and want us to but as I said, I will just take your name and number, and something comes up that way.
Yeah.
But Matt's going to be doing this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So if we were to pick you, is it possible to get Matt on the construction crew of a couple of jobs beforehand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to give him some experience.
Or even us work for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Because that guy said, "Oh, it's just a kit." So because we're used to building most things ourselves.
Yeah.
We do most of the stuff, but we could do that as well. So we could even have one or two guys.
First one.
Working with you. Working with you, and then sort of all yours. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So the that's not what you normally do. So they're not used to putting together kit things as much. They're more used to doing
everything leaves here as a kit.
Right. Okay.
I could show you. I was going to show you just through the factories.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Sort of there. Yeah.
So ours has got the 50 mil track.
Yeah, it's 50 mil track. But so your other options are these ones with wind locks. This is another door here. There's still a roller door, 50 mil tracks. It's just another door level up again. It's a bit heavier. So the tracks I think are the same.
So what do you call this one? The other one was double A. This is triple A.
They call this. I've got another name for it.
Right.
So just going through straight. So I'll just push the button here. So
That's better.
it's a heavier gauge sheet on the door. So this is only 3.6 wide, but it's 4.3 high. This door.
Yeah.
But they're significantly more expensive each door for it. But it's a stiffer door. But I suppose you can still. The jimmy's the same. It's not locked in to anything. It's just a stiffer sheet of door.
That'd be. I mean, we're going to have cameras right up the rows here, so that's going to be a hell of effort to jimmy it enough to get yourself in, and then you got to get stuff out. It's going to be pretty hard to roll the door up once you jimmy your way in. Yeah, I don't think that.
Yep. Yeah, so it does sit in. They still take up a bit of space. So there's still a bit of space going there, maybe 100 mil or so. And that's probably as tight as it goes. So I don't even know if you've got that amount of space.
Are you talking about the motor?
No.
You talking about the motor?
Yeah.
How much are the motors?
They put in $350. Motors that'll drive them.
Be worth considering.
Yeah, you might have some customers
3 metres high.
I didn't realise they were that cheap, to be honest.
They used to be.
Because it's just going to make it hard, and a lot of people.
Plus, geez,
want to be.
Like you got an old person or something there.
Then
what do? Give them a remote when they hire the shed, or how's it?
Yeah, that's another thing.
We'll just have a charge to replace it.
To open it from the outside.
Yeah.
And a button inside to close.
It's a logistical question. So if we were to consider doing that, we're going to have to change the width of our doors
I think
to make
we'd
them
have to
smaller.
narrow the door down probably 100 mil just to be able
In
to
total,
get
100
those
mil.
in. Yeah,
So that'd be 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah. It's all to do with the width of the roadways between one side and the other, and being able to back something in. Yeah.
So this is a 3.6 wide door here, which on a factory I wish it was 4.2 wide, and I wish it was higher. But anyway, when this factory was built, that's what it was. 1980 here.
Nice clean factory, mate. Did you clean up just for us?
No, the boys don't like working in dirt, so
Yeah, that's good.
normally Fridays sort of the clean up day. So this is all just RHS. This is just, we've got a big horse riding arena to do, and that's probably another shed as well. Not horse riding, horse stables. So from Michael Kent down at Cranbourne, if you know your horse trainers.
So this is the wire for the roof?
Yeah, yep. Yep, standing safety mesh for the roof. There's our hold down bolt cages that we put into footings, but you're going to have a slab first, so I think it's just going to be chem sets is what we have in there.
Is that included in the quote as well? The sort of
We gave some ideas on foils and rolls of foil and all that sort of thing.
That's a cool machine.
Yes, that's very handy, and you'd want one of those on a job like this.
So that sort of doubles as a
It's like a forklift, telehandler. Sorry, I've got them.
So yeah, forklift and what do you call it?
So we use a scissor lift and a
Scissor lift and a forklift. Yeah.
Scissor and a fork. So that sort of machine would be perfect for this job, more than a crane. You know, that thing you're moving all this around, getting it located where you want to.
What do they cost?
It's about 90,000, 90 to 100, something like that.
Never know what sort of toys you might have here. You can drive that.
Shaba's going to talk to you about it.
Yes. Yeah.
So we don't, because labour is more expensive than sisolation, we don't use the really light stuff because the lighter it is, the more it wants to blow away, and it just costs you time on site. So,
Yeah.
there's a bit of weight in that, so there's a bit of strength in it and things like that. But labour's still more expensive than that is.
How long have you been here?
That was 1980 and this was 86.
Okay.
We moved in here, but
And
initially...
you were somewhere before that?
we were at Warrigal Road, Cheltenham for... Well, I wasn't there, but the company was.
Oh, okay.
My father was, actually. He's
Second generation or
yeah, that's right.
second or third generation?
Oh, yeah. Second
Second?
generation, yeah. There'll be no third. My brother's got 3 boys and they're in building, but they're all doing their own thing. So this is the horse stable that's sort of ready to go. This one's with Z pearls and doing the bigger bays things, so that's all bigger too.
How many people are on the 3 teams that you've got?
We generally just have 2 or 3
Right,
in
okay.
them. So one team can have 2 or 3,
Yeah,
and the other one's just 2 guys.
yeah.
And then the contract team, I mean, they could be 4, but generally they'll just leave 2 doing the sheds.
And they're all subcontractors to you? They're not
One team's subcontractor, the other 2 guys are wages. The
employed?
other 2 teams
Okay.
are wages. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Employed.
Yeah.
Job. I'm going to try and move those to another job one day up there, or we'll put them on our roof upstairs. So.
Is there any welding you have to do, or does it all come assembled, just bolt and screw?
See, I think welding the panel clips back to that you'd probably have to do that because it's
Line up wherever they
because they've already got it up, so they'll be gone, and it'll be up to you to supply the clips for the concrete and probably do the welding for the concrete. If we've already got the frame up, then they will clip it and weld it, but if the frame's not up, they'll just have it propped.
So you probably put the clip on, bolt it on, push it up into position, then weld it. Then it's fuzzy. And just have enough clearance on the hole in the clip.
Yeah, they generally would. They generally have it all clipped up. Then the welder would come through maybe the next day or something like that, or when he just keeps on welding. This is a roller shutter door. This one here. Going up another level, another strength level again.
Just on the clips.
Yeah,
All that stuff will be gelled.
the clips. Clips around. Just some galvanized.
I was saying make them deeper.
Make them...
So the one's only 50 mil, like 70 mil, 80 mil or whatever.
Are they? Okay.
The same with the other ones maybe.
Yeah.
They generally won't paint it these days because they say, oh, you haven't painted your
If
welds.
they are
I said,
deeper, then
"No,
we're
we
going to
don't
have
do that
to
anymore."
shrink the width of the doors
So-
again.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was where the concrete panel company was
If we're going to do that, well, maybe we...
But you got to weld to
Do
the,
that and have motors.
galvanised,
I think the motors are kind of
Mm.
have to in a way.
Well,
I think.
I don't know. Yeah,
that
we'll talk more
angle
about
line
that. I
won't
mean, it's
be
not
good.
hard to. It's only when
So
people are
that
putting
the
caravans and
angle
boats
we
in.
had-
Otherwise, they
like
just
going
lift up
through-
this
An
way.
old boat with a caravan, you
Yeah.
sort of, I don't know if he's interested in doing that or not.
Yeah,
So
maybe
it
some.
won't be
Maybe we'll
good,
just have
so
some,
you can,
and they're
you
more
can weld
expensive.
for that. And then
Yeah.
just put a bit of paint on it.
But definitely not all of them. I wouldn't have thought.
Um,
Two different price points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all those flashings and things, and a lot of those internal walls. It was pretty difficult to try and work out how many square meters of of internal walls. So I just had to go through each individual. I sort of broke it into different jobs, is how I quoted it up to do it.
So if you're going to be welding all those things on,
So you done them in chunks like that?
I
That's
did,
one,
yeah. I've got 5, 6, 7. So I've got 1, 2, and 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8. So that's how I costed it up for myself to try and do it. So
yeah, I suppose.
Took ages putting this together.
it did take took a while to quote it as well. And then you got to remember to get that wall through there as well.
Yeah.
To each one by one.
So we've only sort of discussed the outside one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a problem. It's just
Basically, the inside ones are just using pretty much the same product, because I've got to have this 75 mil between it. If I went down to a 50 mil, everything starts getting too thin for your lengths and not enough strength in it. So basically kept with that 125 by 75 frames, and probably 75 by 75 posts up the middle, 75 girts between. So everything sort of is similar to that, except you haven't got a concrete wall behind it. You've just got a door both sides.
So if we did that, what size track is that one?
Okay, so this is a roller shutter door, and that looks like a bigger track.
75 track.
Take measure, that looks like 75, yeah.
Deeper one. Take the door in further.
So if we were looking at, say, motors and
Yep.
more secure tracks like that, how much would that reduce the width of the door openings?
Your motors and tracks, so you probably have to go in 200 odd.
200 total?
I would say, yeah, 100.
Yeah.
100 either side, yeah.
Okay. Because we're just talking about it, it's possible that we might have some different price points where for older people that are going to struggle without a motor.
Yep.
And
Particularly on the big door, the tall doors,
Yes.
and the big doors. But then the little, if they're smaller doors, that are not.
yeah, no, smaller doors not so.
wouldn't
Yeah.
worry.
No, the
Yeah.
smaller doors. No, yeah.
Just for the big
I went
sheds,
to
yeah.
2.4 high on the smaller doors because,
You can reach them.
yeah, just so you can reach them. And that was the roller doors there, 2.5 high, because they come 2.5 high, so you might as well use the full height of them if you want, and 2 metre wide. So they've just gone the Series A doors on those ones, so that's just the 25 mil track on those ones.
Right.
You can get them with the double A's, and you'd pay, so you just pay a bit more to get the wider tracks for them. So we've done that before on different sheds where we've sort of said we want that door, but we want the double A guides.
But that would still mean the door width has to come in again if you had the track skinnier? Wider?
No, because they're smaller doors anyway. Those ones, 2 metres wide.
Oh, not for the inside one. Sorry, I was still thinking of the outside ones.
That was the small doors anyway.
Yeah,
so I
alrighty.
think we had, depends on what our bays were again on those ones.
Yeah.
How much extra do you think it is roughly to go to 50 mil tracks? And do you have to change?
No, we're already on
size?
50 mil tracks.
No, he's only 25 on the smaller sheds.
On the small
On the
sheds.
little doors,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Whatever Stramadel charges, but it's if I was to guess, maybe $80 more per door or something like that. It could be.
I think we're going to go that way for the security. Even if they're smaller sheds, we just got to think about security. Every door 50 mil.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to find out what those bays are. Some of those small ones, the light blue ones, 4 by 2.8. So if we've got 2.4 door, I've still only got that 200 either side. But if you went for the bit, it works out there. So it'd still work as long as you weren't putting a motor on it as well.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you could go to the bigger tracks for it. So we can just have them quote to us, all the small doors with the double A tracks on them, basically.
Okay.
So.
All right. I think we've got enough anyway for today. Yeah. really appreciate you putting together a model. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
To give us an idea, it's much better to visualise it and to talk about it.
Yeah, well, I did look at it and I thought, oh, are we going to get these doors in? So it's so tight for those doors.
Yeah.
Flashings are different things, so we just pretty much like our sheds out here, I suppose, is what the flashings, cool flashings and things that we would do.
Geez, that's bright.
Appreciate the sun at this time of year.
Yeah.
So if we're using, this is the 5-rib cladding or monoclad when you buy it from Australia, they call it monoclad. So we generally use that sort of a flashing. What we tend to do on our bigger jobs is order the flashings to size. So instead of just sending out a stock standard one, which might be on this one, we're probably 150 that side, we're 180 that side, so you can flip it around and what might work. But because you can continue on with the rest of the job, we just get it measured and we just do the flashing to order for it. The cappings on the end can be pretty well stock standard, so they'll be stock standard sort of flashings up there. Over the roller doors, we'd have probably that sort of a flashing at the top of the sheeting.
Yeah.
So just it's the U shape, just to let that run over the outsides of it. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll just do a quick walk around of this again and do another video of it. Yeah. Hey, can you just hold the tape measure on the relevant bits? Just so I can give this to Dad. Yeah.
150. That was 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, 120.
Yeah.
Same as that. 120s.
Yeah.
Oh, these ones. 70 mil
70 mil. Yeah.
by 35.
But they're actually solid. The ones we have are solid, or
These are the ones he's going to put in here rather than the.
yeah. So they won't have the hollow bottom on them. They'll be enclosed like this.
Oh, I'll have to ask him.
I think he said
I
something
thought
about
that was solid, but it's not.
Yeah, no, he said that's not the one they'd be using. He just didn't have one.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm assuming it's going to be this.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
it is
He just had that this size.
just the box section.
Yeah.
What else do we need to measure?
Yeah. I don't know.
They're still 120s, and that'll bolt up against the concrete panel.
Yeah.
120 by 80.
Yeah.
Well, actually 75.
120 to 75. And this thing here is the bit that welds onto the sides.
It's at a 100 mil angle.
100 mil angle, and then they bolt that into the brick wall. Well, the cement wall. And these things,
And that'll weld onto these. Angle will weld on
yeah.
the panel here.
And these things, what do you call them? Hats?
Hats, top hats.
100? Yeah.